I broke my back. Spinal.
Showtime has revealed their schedule for the next 2 months, and it looks really good. They're still tearing it up, man. Showtime is getting better and better. It was just announced too. It became official that they beat HBO for the rights of the Anthony Joshua and Klitschko fight. HBO still got it for the delayed broadcast in the evening, but the live broadcast is going to be Showtime. So they got that over HBO too. And their schedule looks really good for the next 2 months. I mean, starting with this weekend. This weekend, there's a lot of fights this weekend. I'll get into all the fights this weekend, but right now I'm just going to focus on the Showtime schedule. Starting this Saturday, we got the Andre Berto and Sean Porter fight. This is actually, a lot of people are forgetting that, or they don't know that this is a WBC welterweight world title eliminator. The Berto and Porter fight. The winner is going to be the WBC mandatory challenger for Keith Thurman. So it's a good implication right there, man. Makes the fight more interesting. That means both fighters are going to bring it, man. They're really going to bring it because they got Keith Thurman right there lined up. And we all know how close it was against Porter and Keith Thurman. That fight was really close. So, you know, his ass want to get another crack at Thurman. And then Andre Berto, you know, he's hungry to get back on the big stage after losing to Floyd Mayweather. He came back and knocked out Victor Ortiz on his last fight. But he ain't going to get that much credit because we all know Victor Ortiz is going downhill now. But now, if he beats Sean Porter, you know, Sean Porter's still a top welterweight, man. So, you know, he's going to bring it too. And Sean Porter, we all know he likes to lead with his head. And we all know Andre Berto got them killer uppercuts. So, you know, somebody got that prediction going, you know. A knockout by Andre Berto via uppercut. It's possible, man. But it's also possible that Sean Porter just outworks Andre Berto. Because he's like a little machine, man. He ain't going to give up, man. He just got some mad stamina and he keeps coming. You won't outwork Sean Porter. You got to outthink him, you know, outbox him. It's hard to knock him out too, like I'm saying about Andre Berto. Might knock him out with an uppercut. Might drop him with that. But I don't know about knocking him out either because, you know, Sean Porter, he's fucking really good. So, you know, that might be said too, man. Sean Porter outworking Berto, simple as that. So, I mean, Sean Porter, he could be dropped. We saw little Adrian Broner drop his ass when Porter was in complete control. So better not sleep on that fucking Andre Berto uppercut. So that's a fucking good fight. And then on the co-main event right there, we got Jermell Charlo versus Charles Hatley. We finally get that fight. Been brewing for a while. I think Charlo's gonna fuck him up good, nice and good. Hatley, Charlo's on another level than Hatley. He earned it, Charles Hatley, by climbing up the rankings and being up next in the WBC rankings. But Jermell and Jermall, both of them are right now on the rise. We've seen Jermall tear it up a little bit more, especially with that knockout in his last fight. And then moving up to the 160-pound division. Oh, Jermell, it's his turn, man. He's going to shine in this fight, I think. And, and then after that, there's some implications right there, too. I mean, well, there could be a unification bout waiting for Jermell Charlo at the 154-pound division. We got, against Erislandy Lara. It might be unification there. I mean, we got a new champion there now. We got Jarrett Hurd. Demetrius Andrade, too. He picked up a part of the WBA title. We got the regular title now. So there's options right there for good fights after this fight for Jermell. Just got to take care of business, and I'm sure he will. Like I said, he ain't on his level. Charles Hatley, nah, he's going to take him out. And then in the other Showtime channel, it's going to be Amanda Serrano and the women's boxing, and we know how she's been tearing it up, man. She's fucking kicking ass, representing good for the women's. I mean, I think that's the only Puerto Rican world champion is on the women's boxing side. I think that's her right there, Amanda Serrano. Since all the Puerto Ricans lost all the male champions, they have no more. This is the only one repping for Puerto Rico. There it is. So that's good right there. Good night of boxing for Showtime this Saturday. And this is actually Amanda Serrano is attempting to become the first woman to win world titles in 5 different weight classes. So she's not only the only Puerto Rican world champion, man. She's fucking making history. I'd make more history this Saturday. So there you have it. And then the weekend after this, on the 29th, like I was telling you, Anthony Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko. Showtime got that one. Gonna be showing it live. It's gonna be early in the afternoon, since we all know it's gonna be in London. So there it is. I mean, you got it in the afternoon, live, here in the States. And then in the evening, Showtime will be picking it up. So, man, I am fucking pumped for this fight, man. I'm really pumped. And, yeah, the U.S. should be too. Now that it's going to be on 2 different channels over here in the U.S., man. You got Showtime and HBO picking it up. I'm glad. This is a worldwide event, man. I mean, already 90,000 tickets sold, man. That's putting boxing on the map. Keeping it on the map, you know what I mean? None of that bullshit that boxing is dying, man. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. And yeah, they're saying it. I think it's true. It's the most significant heavyweight world title fight in 15 years since Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson. And I'm still sticking to Anthony Joshua knocking out Klitschko, stopping him. And things are getting better, man, because there was too much respect between both. And things are getting a little chippy. Klitschko, he's throwing little jabs right there, verbal jabs at Joshua. It's getting better. You don't want too much friendliness, too much respect from both. You know what I mean? Talk some shit. So it's getting better. We'll see if he heats up a little bit better as we get closer, hopefully. But I still got Joshua stopping Klitschko. If not, he's definitely going to beat him. Definitely. And then we're going to have in attendance, ringside, is going to be fucking Mr. Windmill. Deontay Wilder, he's going to be ringside. So we'll see what kind of boos he gets. I think he's going to get a bunch of boos. He's going to be shitted on by all the UK fans. And because, yeah, we're all anticipating that big matchup right there, Joshua and Wilder. So something to look forward to. We'll see what kind of reaction he gets. So there it is. And then in May 20th, we got a split venue that Showtime's going to be showing. In the afternoon from London is going to be Gervonta Davis versus Liam Walsh. And it's going to be for the IBF, Gervonta Davis IBF title. And it's going to be in England, so that's going to be in the early afternoon over here in the States. And then they come back with in the evening out here in the States is going to be the Gary Russell Jr. fight. He's back. And it's going to be against Oscar Escandón. And then, just added on the co-feature of that one is going to be Andre Durrell. He's back too. Jose Uzcategui. That's who he's fighting. And that's going to be for the IBF Super Middleweight Interim title. They're also going to throw Rances Barthélemy right before that Andre Durrell fight. They throw in Andres Barthélemy there. He's back too. And that's also an eliminator for the WBA Super Lightweight title. So, I mean, that's decent right there, man. You got the afternoon over here in the States showing the London fight, Gervonta Davis. We all know Mayweather's going to be out there. See kind of crazy shit he says. See if he comes out still protecting fucking Gervonta Davis from Lomachenko. Trying to feed him to Adrian Broner. What kind of bullshit is that? And yeah, in the evening over here in the States, we got the Gary Russell fight, Andre Dirrell, and Rancis Barthélemy. And that looks good. And the winner of the Dirrell fight and Uzcategui, that becomes the mandatory for the IBF Super Middleweight World Champion James DeGale. So, James DeGale wanted that rematch with Badu Jag. We all know Badu Jag vacated and moved up in weight. So he's out there waiting for an opponent. And here it is. Might be Andre Dirrell, who knows? And the winner, it says the winner of the Barthélemy fight would be the mandatory challenger to the newly crowned Julius Ndongo. He took it away from Ricky Burns, that WBA. So he'll be the mandatory challenger to that WBA title. So it would be Julius Ndongo, which I hope doesn't fucking go down, because I hope Julius Ndongo fucking fights Crawford. Even though I've been hearing lately that he might get a mandatory from the IBF belt, because he's unified now. He got the IBF. He might get a fucking mandatory Lipinets, I think. Hopefully he doesn't get that fucking mandatory, because we gotta wait for fucking Crawford to fight. Also on this day, I think May 20th, when he fights Felix Diaz. So fuck, if he gets a mandatory, then we gotta wait longer for that fucking battle of undisputed at light welterweight. So there it is. And then we move on to May 27th. Oh yeah, Cal Brook and Errol Spence Jr. Fuck yeah. Another one. Another fucking badass showdown in England. As we all know, it's going to be in Cal Brook's hometown. So we're going to get it over here in the States in Showtime in the afternoon as well. So, I mean, we ain't got to talk much about this one, man. That's a fucking nice and tasty matchup. Everybody's been waiting for. See, fucking Cal Brook with his fucking stupid ass chocolate brownie talk. Fuck out of here with that stupid ass chocolate brownie bullshit. He's gonna get laid out by Errol Spence, watch. And then that's where we're gonna hear all them fucking bullshit ass eye excuses. Even though Cal Brook just came out saying that his eye is no problem. He already tested it with the sparring and everything. He has no problems with the eye. But that don't matter. That don't mean shit. We know all his fucking fanboys are gonna be using that as a fucking excuse. They gotta use something. Something. So yeah, motherfuckers, all you fucking Cal Brook fanatics talking all that Jeff Lacey bullshit, that Errol Spence is just another Jeff Lacey, you gonna see your fucking Jeff Lacey. Watch. You're gonna fucking regret ever fucking mentioning Jeff Lacey. So, yeah, that event right there is May 27th. And then we move on. Showtime still got more for us. Not too excited about this fucking fight. At least they didn't put it on fucking pay-per-view, like HBO does. Puts everything on fucking pay-per-view. We got Adonis Stevenson in that rematch with Fonfara. Nah. That was bullshit. Adonis Stevenson still fucking ducking his #1 mandatory, Elidir Alvarez, who is on the co-main event in this event. So the good thing, at least they threw Elidir Alvarez right there as the co-main event on the same night. Hopefully they're lining up that fucking fight after this fucking match, after this event. So Elidir Alvarez is fighting Jean Pascal on the co-main event to this Adonis Stevenson Fonfara rematch. Jean Pascal, he's damaged goods now. He's punch drunk. So I see Elidir Alvarez beating his fucking ass. And Adonis Stevenson, I hope he beats Fonfara, but let's see if he doesn't age overnight. Like I stated, this would be Adonis Stevenson's last fight at 39 years old. So he would be fighting his next fight after this one at 40. He's about to turn 40 this year, so we'll see. And, yeah, the rematch from 2014 that nobody asked for. Adonis Stevenson and Fonfara, but fucking Showtime picked it up and they got a good co-main event. And fuck it. Bring it. And yeah, to finish it off is on June 9th. The Friday after the Adonis Stevenson Fonfara rematch. It will be Joel Diaz Jr. against Abel Ramos. It's a little 10-round super lightweight bout. And Not too much to say about that, but it's good, pretty good boxing right there. He's finishing off the 2-month scheduling of Showtime, and they're saying that after this, because that's as far as Showtime's going with their schedule, it's saying that Adrian Broner and Mikey Garcia are they're planning for the summer to put them on the same event on the same night, and of course, to be determined, they got to get opponents for each one of them, Adrian Broner and Mikey Garcia. But we all know that Mikey Garcia, they've been talking a lot about the Linares fight, Jorge Linares. So most likely it's going to be Mikey Garcia and Jorge Linares. Who the fuck they're going to give Adrian Broner? Who knows, man? Are we talking about fucking Mayweather trying to line him up with Gervonta Davis and shit? Like, come on. So who the fuck knows who he'll get? But there it is. I mean, they're getting their fucking summer planned out too. That would be fucking nice. Mikey Garcia, Jorge Linares, and Adrian Broner against somebody. They'll pick up some fucking good opponent. Hopefully they get a good opponent. So there it is, man. That's fucking Showtime right there. And then let's go to the other fights this weekend. This weekend, besides the ones I mentioned, which is the Showtime ones, the Sean Porter, Berto, Jermall Charlo, Hadley, Amanda Serrano, we also got on pay-per-view. Top Rank put that shit on pay-per-view. And this is going to be $45 fucking dollars, standard definition, and 55 HD. Nobody's going to buy that shit. But, you know, we got it. We got a Facebook Live, you know, streams. So that's what I'll be looking for. It's going to be Oscar Valdez versus Miguel Marriaga. This is for Valdez WBO featherweight title. And then on the co-main event, we got the return of Gilberto Ramirez, the Mexican from the 168-pound division. He's finally coming back to defend his WBO title. And then before that is Shakur Stevenson. So that's good. I'm looking forward to that shit. I want to see Shakur Stevenson. So... And then before that one, to open up the card, is the Jesse Magdalene. He fights Adelin dos Santos. You know, it's just to open up the card. But, I mean, they threw in Shakur Stevenson right there. That's good, man. I want to see that. I want to see the return of Gilberto Ramirez, too. So, like I said, Facebook Live, you know, a stream. There it is. That's going down this Saturday. And then also on pay-per-view, because this fight is in Germany, Arthur Abraham, he's going to fight Robin Krasniqi. And this is a WBO super middleweight eliminator. Yeah, another thing for Facebook Live. It's going to be early in the afternoon over here in the States, and it's going to be in Germany. And then also, now this one's in England. It's going to be Martin Murray against Gabriel Rosado. And England, so it's going to be probably around the afternoon, 2:30 in the afternoon, West Coast time in the States. Facebook Live or streams. That's where I'm going to be looking for that one. And we'll see, man. Fucking Gabriel Rosado, man. The one that loses to everyone. He does face good opposition. I mean, that's good. I give him that. He has heart. I mean, since he lost to Golovkin, he lost after that to J. Leon Love. He lost to Peter Quillen. He lost to Jermell Charlo. He lost to David Lemieux. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses in a row. And then he won against Joshua Clottey and Antonio Gutierrez. And then he fought again Willie Monroe Jr. He lost against Willie Monroe Jr. after getting that little 2-fight winning streak. So he's the type of fighter that wins against, you know, when it's not very good opponents. And then he fights the good opponents. I give him that. He fights all the good opponents. And he fucking basically loses all the fights when he fights against good opponents or decent opponents. So basically, he's fucking lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of the last 8 fights he has lost. But he's fought very good opposition. And now he's fighting Martin Murray. Now, Martin Murray, on the other hand, he has won 5 victories out of the last 8 fights. But his opposition hasn't been as good as Rosado's. So, you know, he lost to Golovkin as well. And then Arthur Abraham and George Groves, that's Martin Murray, and now he's fighting Rosado. And he has some victories right there that are not very well-known fighters. So, we'll see. Gabriel Rosado fighting another decent opponent, so it looks like he might fucking lose. He's always fucking losing. But that's another fight to watch. I mean, Facebook Live stream. It's going to be in England, early afternoon over here in the States, and And then there it is. I basically covered Showtime's schedule for the next 2 months and what's going down the rest of the boxing this weekend, because we got a lot of boxing this weekend, and that's the way it's going down. You could never have too much boxing. I love it. This is all good, baby. All right, that's all I got on this. I'm out.
I broke my back, spinal.